Okay, so I have this much time for sunlight left. So I wanted to sit down and shoot a quick video about fashion, one of my first loves, because I have an issue, well, I've had an issue with being short-waisted. And short-waisted is basically when you don't have a lot, well, I just jumped right in, I didn't even say my name. You can just call me Fo. And I'm just doing a random video on YouTube, and I wanted to talk about fashion for short-waisted people who like to wear women's clothing, smart casual, I guess you would say. And being short-waisted is basically when you don't have a lot of space between the bottom of your rib cage and the top of your hip. So this is the bottom of my rib cage and this is the top of my hip. Like, I have this much space. And this very unusual, unique, wonderful characteristic poses a lot of issues with clothing. If you're tall, it means that a lot of times your clothes are probably going to be really, really short because your leg length is way longer than the average leg length. And it also could mean that clothes end up making you look like SpongeBob SquarePants, which, you know, I hate that because I came to the realization that I have curves. You know, I'm a 26-year-old woman, I have curves, but it's just about finding the right things that fit me. So I wanted to talk about, for short-waisted people, things that flatter the figure, short-waisted women. And I'm hoping to start a conversation. If anybody else has suggestions, just let me know. And yeah, I have some things here as examples, and I picked all this stuff up from Ross because I am a student, so ain't nobody got time to be spending a lot of money on clothes. So yeah, I got this stuff from Ross, and I just want to talk about some factors that I've noticed that really help if you have a short waist. So the first thing I got here is this sundress, because it's sundress season. So the thing that I love about a sundress, if you get it a size larger, oftentimes what it's going to do in this cottony fabric, what it's going to do is it's going to hold on to the parts that you want it to hold on to. Like, you see the way this loose fitting dress is holding on to my breast and it holds on to my bottom. Like, it holds on to the good things. But because it's loose, it doesn't squeeze on my midsection and create a certain, like, not proportional look with my waist that a lot of tighter fitting clothing creates. It allows my body to make the shape for the clothing because it grazes over my shape. So that's one thing that I noticed with being somebody who has my body type. Getting things like dresses with that, it's supposed to be tight body hugging fabric. Getting dresses that have that fabric a little bit larger allows the fabric to graze over the parts that matter, while, you know, just kind of breezing over and concealing the parts that you don't want to emphasize in a way that's not flattering, because the squeezing of the waist can just really make it look like I go straight from my ears to my boobs to my legs. Like, no separation or anything like that when there really is, but where they put the seam and everything in the clothing, it's not, the fit models probably don't have a shape that's anywhere near what mine is. So, this next example that I have is, like, so the thing that I like about this dress is they put like this scrunching right here, it's ruching right here in the middle of the dress. And it helps to give this cotton, this loose cotton fabric, it helps to give it a certain structure where it's like your eyes are like breast, nice waist, the bottom of the dress. You get what I'm saying? So as opposed to it just being a loose, balloony dress on me that doesn't have any particular shape and I'm looking like a box, the shape is built into the dress to accentuate what, you know, I already have. So I think that's a good characteristic to look for when you have a short waist, something that has like a ruching or a pulling together, a gathering together in the middle where it emphasizes, it creates a waist within the clothing that's complementary to where your waist actually is. Okay, so this next thing that I have is a jumpsuit. And so a problem that, not a problem, but a characteristic that people often have if they're short-waisted is their shoulders can end up looking broader than the lower half of their body because I mean, when you have a short waist, your trunk is going to be a little bit thicker than people who don't have a short waist. So your shoulders can end up looking like this, and it can make the bottom half of your body look narrower than it actually is. So to like pull the eye away from doing this, which most women don't want to look, well, a lot of women don't want to look like Johnny Bravo, or a lot of people that are wearing women's clothes, they don't want to look like Johnny Bravo. They want to have a soft, stereotypically feminine look. So like if you wear something that pulls the eyes this way, it throws off the look of this, just shoulders. So that's what I like about this jumpsuit. And of course, I'll put a video at the end of this, and I have to do it this way because I'm not the best with editing. And this is supposed to be a very simplistic video. I'll put a video at the end of this with me wearing this so you can really understand what I'm saying. But this ties at the neck. It's a jumpsuit that ties at the neck. And because it ties at the neck, what it does is it pulls the eye this way. It pulls the eye this way. And another thing I appreciate, and once again, it has a drawstring on the waist. So a waist is built into the jumpsuit that looks very nice, and it grazes over where your waist actually is. It's creating a whole nother waist on your body, really, in reality. But the fact that it's even put into this loose fabric is flattering, because it's not like you're wearing a croaker sack. It's like, you know, you have a shape. And once again, because this fabric is a bit looser, it grazes over the parts that matter. So it gently glides over the boob, glides over the butt. But it's not the same tight fabric as the first dress that I showed. But I just like the concept of loose in the right places and tight in the right places. The last jumpsuit that I have is this one. And once again, it has the tie at the waist. And then this fabric, listen, I don't know what this fabric is called. It looks like a crepe material, but I don't know what it's called. I've tried to see what the fabric is. But this fabric is like, it's crepe-like, this fabric is like secret hoe material. That's what I call it in my head, secret hoe material. Because you could put a blazer over this, or you can wear this in certain environments, and you can look like you're very smart casual to casual. But in reality, you like, when this fabric grazes over your booty, it looks so good. Like, it looks like, ow, like you popping. Like look at that shape. You know, you got your waist, and you got your little, you know, curvature. So it's just like, it looks really good. It looks really good, that fabric. So that's basically everything that I have. And I just wanted to give examples of things that I have noticed work really well on my body, because I am short-waisted, and just to go back over the finer points of what I was talking about. So in terms of being short-waisted, it's always nice to get something that's all in one piece. I didn't mention that. So let me make sure I say this. It's nice to get stuff that's all in one piece. So that means a dress. That means a jumpsuit. Sometimes a play suit. Sometimes a romper. Because the thing about clothing that's all in one piece is it may not break the body up. It won't break the body up like a shirt and a pair of pants can. When you put on a shirt, wherever the shirt stops creates a certain place where the eye stops, and say the hip or the waist begins. So that can be very, very unflattering. Like if you got a crop top, for me, a crop top is not a crop top. For me, most people's crop top for me is a regular shirt. It's a regular shirt. And so where it stops, it ends up looking boxy, because it stops like this, because it's intended to show a little bit of stomach, a little bit of skin, the curvature right there, you know, that's leading to the top of the hip bone. But instead for me, it stops right below the navel, and it ends up just looking like this, like a box. So it's best to get clothing that doesn't like break you up. So a nice dress, a nice jumpsuit, that's the first thing that I noticed being short-waisted. The second thing that I noticed is clothing that lightly grazes over the body. If it has like a bodycon or a tight fabric, a tight cotton fabric or something like that, where it's supposed to show every curve, every lump, bump, whatever, something that lightly grazes. That also looks more expensive, to be honest. You look more expensive if you wear a sundress that just simply grazes over the right things, shows the shape in a slight fashion, as opposed to like a really tight fitting one that can look real, you know, stank unintentionally, unless that's what you're going for. So the second thing is clothing that grazes over the body, lightly grazes when it has like that bodycon material or that cotton material. Another thing I notice is the gathering at the waist. The gathering at the waist, some sort of ruching at the waist, some sort of drawstring at the waist. And the fourth thing that I noticed that can really look nice on somebody with a short waist is things that tie at the neck. Things that tie at the neck, because that way you're not looking like Johnny Bravo or Dorito. You're looking like more so like how you're actually made. It's elongating everything, pulling everything up. So, I mean, I just noticed those things about having a short waist in fashion, and I hope that this starts a conversation. Okay, so I'm in my bedroom, and just really quickly, I'm showing the neck of that jumpsuit that I was talking about. You see how even though my shoulders are out right here, like the way that the jumpsuit goes right here just kind of like brings the attention this way. And then when I pull my hair up, if I was to pull my hair up, even pull it up along here, it just pulls, it would pull the eye like straight up and down if I just had all of this up. I'm trying to hold it, but I can't. Yeah, so it would just pull the eye like straight up and down in a good way. So you all be blessed.